dear friends, dear colleagues, my name is Johannes Ebert. I'm the Secretary General, the Chairman of the Board of the Goethe-Institut, which is the German cultural institute which is working worldwide, a little bit like the British Council that you might know. And it's about 1 year ago that we met in Warsaw, in Poland, in the Museum of Jewish History, about 40 representatives of European Goethe institutes and 50 representatives of institutions, cultural institutions, youth institutions, museums, galleries from all over Europe for our project, for our initiative Freiraum, which means free space in English. And the first task that we had to do, we had to find pairs. We always put two cities together, and I had the honor to make a lottery, and the only criteria was that that the distance between them had to be more than 1,000 kilometers. And in the end, it was Thessaloniki and Carlisle who were brought together. I remember the first moment of the two institutions talking, AWAZ from Carlisle and ArtBox from Thessaloniki. And they were sitting on a table discussing and saying, so what do we do together? What is our road together? What are the questions we are solving together? And I think the first moment it was a little bit skeptical, but then they found a common ground and a common path. And this path led us here today, to this SpeakEasy event in Carlisle. And I'm very proud and happy to be here. And actually I have to say, yesterday we were coming from Skopje in Macedonia, another partner of our Freiraum project, working together with Copenhagen. And then we will bring all the partners together in Berlin and then see what has come out of our big Freiraum initiative. I was very much looking forward to this event. Actually, I heard it's going to be in a pub, which I would have also liked. but I think it has become so big and there are so many people here today that I think it's also a very nice place here, and I'm looking very much forward to it. And what is exciting today too, we have a connection to Thessaloniki which will hopefully work. So we will have a Freiraum event with all the partners on the table, and I'm very much looking forward to this. What's behind the Freiraum project? And now I go a little bit to my paper, apologies. It's a European cooperation between 50 organizations from Europe and 40 Goethe institutes from Europe. In each case, two city partners, for example, Rome and Nicosia from Cyprus, Tallinn from Estonia and Dresden from Germany, Skopje and Copenhagen, and as you know, as I said, Carlisle and Thessaloniki. The main question is, what does freedom mean today? Because I think in Europe we are having a situation which is shifting very much. We have populist movements, we have national movements, we have new decisions in Great Britain, we have also in Germany, in East Germany, some issues we have to discuss. So we said, okay, what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about European values. What do they mean for us today? And one of the underlying value is freedom. It's the base for tolerance, the base for diversity, and so on and so on. So, what does freedom mean today in Europe? Where is it coming under pressure? What can we do to create and protect free spaces? And we were looking for partners not only in the capitals, partners which we normally work with, but also in larger cities, a little bit regional capitals. And we found it this time in Carlisle and in Thessaloniki, because I think, coming myself from a small town, I think the small towners and the middle towners, they are the people who shape also a country and to have a say in a country. And that's why we invited Carlisle for this project. The Carlisle question in the project was, what is isolation? How can we overcome it? What does European identity mean? What does it mean to identify as a citizen of Europe? And these are the questions of the SpeakEasy today, of the SpeakEasy event today. For us as Goethe-Institut, from a German perspective, of course the EU is very important for us because it brought us peace after a long war. For us, Europe is a cultural project, and you said it, culture is binding us together. Literature, art, debates, these are cultural things that bring us together. And so for this reason, I think this event today is very important for all of us. I want to, although I did not meet him, I also want to finish my words of welcome not without remembering Nick Pemberton, who was not in Warsaw at that day because ArtBox took his place in Warsaw. And I heard how much he developed here, how much he initiated here, how much he motivated here. And it is these personalities that we all need in our cities for cultural creation and for cultural production and for cultural life. So I'm sorry for his loss, but I'm happy that he lives on in events like this. My thanks also go to ArtBox from AWAZ Cumbria, as well as to Philip Hewitson and to Christos Savidis from ArtBox. And they made this project happen. Thank you very much to you. And I ask Christos to take my place. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.